This is Bill Kurelic with one of the country's top offensive tackle prospects, Austin Clark from Lexington, Virginia. Thanks, Austin, for being a guest today on our Bucknuts One-on-One.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, Austin. As I mentioned, you're certainly one of the best offensive tackle prospects in the country and a guy that the Ohio State Buckeyes certainly are very interested in landing. Austin, let's begin by talking about your work for Rockbridge County High School. Tell Bucknuts.com about your sophomore and junior seasons.
Well, my sophomore year started left tackle. We made it all the way to the region championship, and unfortunately we lost to the defending state champions. And last year was kind of more of a rebuilding year for us. We had a lot of young guys, so we got a new head coach this year, and we're hoping to make a run for that state championship this year.
Great. And Austin, what's your size right now?
Right now I'm 6'6", 296 pounds.
And what position do you project, or are recruiters telling you that you're going to play in college exactly?
Offensive tackle, mostly left tackle or right tackle.
And now you're getting ready for your senior season. What are you doing right now personally to get yourself ready for that last high school season?
Well, I've definitely been working hard in the weight room. I lift twice a day, once during school as a class, and then I come back in the afternoon and I lift with my team and do agilities, footwork things, and flexibility drills.
And also, you fairly recently named your 7 schools that you're really seriously considering at this point. Tell Bucknuts.com readers what the list of 7 looks like.
Well, right now, my top 7 that I chose from, they were the schools that I really felt confident about, that I've been to and been around a lot and talked to the coaches a lot. And like you said, Ohio State was in that top 7. They're definitely a school that I've been in contact for a while now, and I've made several visits, and they're definitely a school I've felt really confident about. And
then who are the other 6 of your 7?
Clemson, Penn State, South Carolina, Tennessee, UVA, and Virginia Tech.
And you mentioned Ohio State. How long have you been interested in Ohio State, and how did that interest in the Buckeyes originally get started?
Well, the interest kind of started last summer when my whole recruiting kind of, took off. I, started getting more into the whole recruiting process and looking more closely at schools. And Ohio State, I just really liked everything about it. So I camped there this past summer, went up to a game this past season, and I got offered this past December. So pretty exciting.
And that game you attended, I'm pretty certain I'm correct here in saying, was the Ohio State-Penn State game last season, right?
Yeah, yes, it was.
Tell me about that experience. It was certainly that was quite a night for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the atmosphere there. I mean, it was crazy. I can't say that I've experienced anything quite like that so far. And like you said, they had a great night. They beat Penn State pretty bad that night. So, I mean, it was just a great game to go to, and great to see all the fans out in full support of the Buckeyes.
So it sounds like of college games that you've been to, that one may stand out more than any that you've been to.
Yeah, definitely. As far as games go, that was probably one of the best atmospheres I've been in.
Has there been anything unique or different that the Ohio State staff has done recruiting you, maybe just a little different, or that's caught your attention from anybody else that's recruiting you?
Yeah, definitely. For one thing, I talked to the head coach, Coach Meyer, a lot more than I do with the other schools. I talk to him pretty regularly, either through Twitter or giving him a phone call. So that's one thing that's really stood out and that I've liked about them recruiting me.
And then what about Coach Ed Warinner? He's the offensive line coach, of course, for the Buckeyes. I know you've recently spoken with him again, and he's going to be coming down to see you soon at your high school, correct?
Yes. Actually, I talked to him the night before last, and we were talking about when he'd be down. He said either next week or the week after, and can't wait to get a chance to talk to him again. He's just a really great coach, and I really like everything he has to say.
So it sounds like you two have a good relationship, and that's got to be important, having a good relationship with your potential position coach.
Yeah, we have a great relationship. We talk pretty regularly, either through Twitter or Facebook, or me giving him a phone call. That's really important for me, is establishing good relationship with the coaching staff.
Again, this is Bill Kurelic, and I'm with Lexington, Virginia, offensive lineman Austin Clark, one of the country's top offensive tackle prospects. And Austin, what comes next for you in the recruiting process?
Well, like I said before, I've kind of narrowed things down to a solid top 7. So from here, I want to make it back to a couple schools to visit, Ohio State being one of those schools. And I'm going to try to make my decision sometime this summer. Not exactly sure when this summer, but probably early summer.
And do you have any idea when you'll get back to Ohio State?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Warinner about that, actually. I'm planning on making it back sometime in mid-June. And
when does Austin Clark want to make his college choice? I know you mentioned the summer, but do you have a more exact time or date or how you're going to do that?
Well, like I said, midsummer. I'm thinking late June, early July. No real date set yet, but around that time frame. And as far as I want to do it at my high school this summer.
And then, Austin, describe for the Bucknuts listeners here, describe your perfect college situation. Not who you'll be playing for, unless, of course, you want to tell us that right now, but not who you're playing for, but what will it be like for Austin Clark, the college student and the college football player, in a couple of years? What's the perfect situation for you?
Well, the perfect situation for me is being somewhere where I feel totally comfortable, where I feel it's a home away from home, a great school with the academics and the great football program, which I think Ohio State brings both of those to the table.
And it just sounds like, from the many times I've talked to you, Austin, that Ohio State seems very likely to be in this battle, so to speak, to the end. Would that be accurate?
Yes, that's very accurate. Like I said, been really excited about them for almost a year now, so I'd say they're in the battle till the very end.
Well, certainly Buckeye fans are excited. The need for offensive linemen certainly is there at Ohio State. And have they talked to you about the depth chart, or have you looked at what Ohio State has coming back and what they're going to have in a couple of years on the offensive line?
Yeah, I've looked at the depth chart, and I've talked with Coach Warinner about it. And he's expressed the need for not only offensive tackles, but athletic offensive tackles, which I feel is something that I could really bring to the program.
Well, certainly, Bucknuts readers are very excited about the potential for Austin Clark to be a Buckeye, and it definitely sounds like Ohio State has a pretty strong chance of landing Austin Clark, and certainly we hope that happens. And Austin, it's been great having you on the Bucknuts One-on-One today, and certainly we'll be talking to you again soon. Thanks, Austin.
All right, thank you.